Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video is composed of things that I tinkered with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you could click on the links in the comment section below. This video should contain tips and tricks of things that I've learned throughout the year. Now, I only plan on leaving this video posted for about 30 days. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day, round 2 on my cake adventure. It's going to be the most expensive cake in the country by the time I get done. This is the most painstaking part of the process, mixing the butter and sugar. You got to do that till that stuff looks light and fluffy. That takes almost 15 minutes. Now I'm going to start adding the eggs one at a time. It's almost ready. Mom said let that thing mix until you start seeing bubbles in it. And that's what I'm starting to see now. So, I'm going to take this pan probably up to this line. Yesterday, I filled it up a little bit too much. And when it rose, it went down in the middle. As you can see, that thing is lower than the pan. Then I'm going to take the rest of it and make a little pound cake on the side. So, I'm going to fill it up to this line. It may be up to that ridge. We'll see. Then I'm going to put the rest in there, so I don't have the boil over. I sprayed my aluminum pans with this stuff, so I don't have any problem with it sticking. That's about how much I'm putting in my bun. Put the rest in this. It'll rise a little bit. Be okay. So, I forgot to turn my oven on 10 minutes ago, so it's preheating. Should be getting pretty close now. Then I'm going to load them in. Cook this one for about an hour. Cook that one for the 75 minutes. Since my little side pound cake wasn't going to be as thick as the big pan deal, I went on ahead and pulled it out in 1 hour. Stuck the toothpick in there. Toothpick came out moist, but didn't bring any batter with it, so it's done. Got it cooling. Waiting on the other one to come out. Looks like it's got another 10 minutes to go. Man, look how much that thing rised all the way up to the top. I stuck a chopstick in it a little while ago, and the chopstick came out just a little moist, so I ran it another 5 minutes. Should be good to go. Let me get it out of this pan. Came out. I might have wanted to let it sit a few minutes. Maybe that wouldn't have happened, but Mom said take it right out, so that's what I did. There it is. Time to start the cooling process. Let it cool about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to cover it with foil so that it doesn't dry while it cools the rest of the way for a few hours. Probably 4 or 5 hours before I put some icing on it. Alright, party people. It is time to put the icing on the cake. Mom said I need to cover this cake up. Let it cool off because it's so dry out here that it would get dry and be hard if I didn't cover it up. So it feels nice and moist still. I just washed my hands. Look at that action. Ooh-wee. So this is the icing I'm going to put on it. Cream cheese. I'm going to warm this up in the microwave a little bit. Not all the way. Diane put some on this little pound cake she got there. I heat that up and dribble it over there. 30 seconds on medium in the microwave. On medium heat so that it doesn't really have hot spots in it. Nice, more balanced. Then I'm going to stir it up and pour it over the cake. It's going to go on a little thick, but that's okay. Maybe I should thin this out just a little bit more. Let that kind of run down along the sides of the cake. You don't want to use that much. Probably about half of it is going to be fine. Alright, that's about it. Let that settle down, and you guys are welcome to come get a piece. cabinet door here got screws coming out of the top. So I'm going to pull those screws out, take this toothpick, break it off in the holes, and screw the screws back in. It's all done. I'm here at the shop, debating whether or not I'm going to do any work today. Or clean up, pamper a little bit, get some of this trash out of here. Check this shock, see if it's moving, and then maybe go get that 940. Let's see how I feel. Back in this red block, gonna take care of a few things, see what's happening. I got a bulb out light, need to figure out which one that is. See if this odometer works. It does not appear to be working, so I'm gonna pop the dash, see if that fixes it. After I said that, it started working. So the mystery continues. Just stopped again. While I was cruising in third gear, I tapped the dash, and it all popped back on. So I'm gonna pull that cluster out, snug down all the screws behind the cluster, see if that fixes it. I got this brake light working, not sure what's going on with it, probably just a poor contact in the bulb. I see another bulb assembly there, so I know they've been wrestling with it. Now I'm gonna replace this antenna. Got that loose there, got that loose down there. Let me unplug this thing and swap out this antenna mast. I don't even know if the antenna's hooked up or not. There's that other taillight bulb assembly. It broke right at the base of it. All that cord wound up there. I'm gonna put another one in placement I got. Removing the steering wheel from this 940, I took the two small screws out of the top trim, two screws out of the bottom trim, took that clamshell apart, set it down there. I disconnect the negative cable on the battery so I don't trip the SRS light. Next, I took a T30 like this, slid it down in there, back of the steering wheel, got those loose all the way around both sides, right and left. Now the airbag pad should come off. There you go, got the airbag off. You want to take that screw out of there, and then you want to unplug this. If you have the battery connected and you unplug that, you're going to toss the SRS light. So unplug the battery, then disconnect the battery, then unplug that. Steering wheel, because the rubber's broke loose from it. Don't know if that's a safety hazard or not. The 17, let me see if I can get that, break that loose. Then before I pull the steering wheel off, I'm gonna have to get that clock mechanism behind there stationary so that I don't spring that loose when I swap over the replacement steering wheel. I don't know if that's possible or not. I might just have to hold it with my hand. Let's see what happens. Steering wheel straight. You pull this long screw out of here and you stick it down into that black piece, thread it all the way through to hold that horn clock in place. See how long that screw is that came out of here? You push this down in here and screw it in place. Move this orange cable over a little bit. Run that down in there with a Phillips. Here, that screw came through right in there and it's holding that in position. Now you're set to pull the steering wheel off and put the replacement back on or whatever you need to do. Pull the other steering wheel off, slid this one in place as straight as I think I could get it. It's notched. Try to get it centered. I'll screw that in, torque that down. After I get that torqued down, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that screw out and stow it back here where this one was. Plug the airbag back in, and secure the 2 screws on the back of it. Those screws don't come out they should be loaded in here somehow. I don't even see them. Let me look on the back of this other steering wheel. Didn't realize it was possible. It's not on most cars, but these screws fell out of the steering wheel, so I need to find the other one and put these in here. New every day. These screws that held the airbag onto the steering wheel does come off, so be very careful you don't lose those. We're trimmed back on in position. I put this side on first, up as high as I could, and clammed it around to this side. Make sure these are where they need to be, and then put the 2 screws in the bottom. Top piece on, make sure it's in proper position. Put the screws in it. Don't tighten these screws, just snug them down or you'll crack the plastic. Back up, should be good to go. Armrest pad on there, I found one in the salvage yard. Swap out this light assembly, that should just pull out from the fender. So let me grab it, pull it forward. It's got 3 clips on there. I don't know if I have to reach in there and release this one tab or not. Let me check. 92 didn't fit that one out of a 95, so I'm gonna see if the shop wants this. If not, I'll probably put it on eBay or something. Pull this cluster out, see if I can find any loose screws on the back. So you push tab in here and on the other side and pull that bezel out, and then you take the screws out of the cluster. It's working, no check engine light. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyway, the corner marker light didn't work. Ended up breaking that thing, trying to get the old one back in. Pushed it on it to clip it in. It shattered, so I'm going to try to order one on eBay or somewhere. It's dark, and I'm driving with the lights on, and I don't see a light down here. I'm pretty sure my wire here is probably supposed to be this light over here. So that's probably what's missing there. I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up Saturday, because I'm out of time today. If I can remember, I'm going to go to the junkyard Saturday, get a foot pad for that. That thing is wore out. And I'm starting to think that this cluster is not original, because I seen a 940 cluster that had a boost gauge in it, and this one didn't have a boost gauge in it, and it is turbo. So this may have been a replacement cluster. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.